concept of self-love is really foreign for most of us, particularly if we've been through narcissistic abuse or if we've been caretakers for a really long time. I think it's fair to say that most people have no idea what self-love actually means. We might be going around asking ourselves really practical questions like, how do I love me? How do I look after me? How can I show others how to care for me? What are my preferences? It's so confusing when you've spent virtually your whole life making someone else or something else a priority apart from yourself. You might be feeling lost, you might be feeling undeserving or unworthy or ashamed or really awkward when it comes to the subject of self-love or self-compassion. Sure, it's easy to be compassionate towards everybody else's suffering. Sure, it's easy for us to show love towards others who might need our help. But somehow, when it comes to ourselves, it's a foreign territory. So here are some vital questions to ask yourself, to take an internal inventory when it comes to the topic of self-love. How do you feel when someone gives you a compliment? Do you feel awkward? Do you feel dismissive? Do you change the subject? Do you minimize their expression? How critical are you of your physical appearance or your level of education or where you are in life right now? Do you berate yourself and compare yourself to others? Are you quick to find faults and you observe that your inner self-talk is actually quite judgmental? How often do you walk away feeling not good enough after certain conversations or after being in certain situations? If we don't love ourselves, we will forever be seeking and expecting it from external sources. And that creates a lot of pressure, and it's a formula for disappointment. When you accept yourself, you are no longer desperate for anybody else to accept you. And when we love and accept ourselves, we'll attract people that love and accept us just as we are. Part of self-love is learning how to ask for help, learning how to receive and feel deserving of all the support that is offered to you. Have you set a special, regular time, a ritual that makes you feel good about being in your body? Perhaps a monthly massage or 10 minutes of meditation every morning, appreciating all that you have. And on a physical level, perhaps a regular green juice to re-nourish your body physically. We are deserving of our own attention and nurturing. Sometimes we use busyness as a way to run and hide from ourselves or from confronting a certain truth that would require us to make changes. Self-love also means accepting your tears, accepting your frustrations, not judging yourself for being human. Self-love also means to give yourself time to process, to heal, to integrate difficult aspects, and to accept that transition is inevitable. But suffering is optional. So lovingly setting limits on how long you will dwell on negative things is a great way to practice self-love. This is also part of developing internal boundaries. So perhaps give yourself 15 minutes to catastrophize, to ruminate about the past, and then stop. Developing internal self-discipline means that you realize that you are the one in charge of your thoughts, not the other way around. Have you set boundaries and limit your time with people or situations where you feel depleted? Are you able to lovingly and assertively say no? Set boundaries with what you will and won't do, what you will accept and what is unacceptable to you. How firm are you with your decisions? Is someone able to talk you out of what your preference or what your intuitive knowing is? Does your no mean no? Or do you feel that you need to defend and to justify yourself? Do you walk away feeling guilty because you've said no? Self-love also means having faith in yourself, in your abilities, and in your future. It means trusting life and choosing to adopt the attitude that even though you may not see it now, everything is always unfolding for your highest good, that you are always attuned to higher guidance. Do you recognize and appreciate your uniqueness? Or do you still feel guilty because you're unable to conform to what society's normal is? Do you politely go along with your family's expectations of you, or your friends, or someone else's expectation of who you should be? So these are all red flags that we tend to dismiss that indicate a lack of self-worth and that we need to be working on loving ourselves. So become a priority in your life, and just remember that you can't pour from an empty cup, so take care of yourself first. Every day is a new beginning, another chance for you to start a new habit. Your past doesn't have to define you, so forgive yourself, move forward, and start a new chapter. Ooh.